So some more interesting news in regards to Dragon Ball Super, in particular talking about more of the spoilers we got for Dragon Ball Super Chapter 6. Now, one huge thing that was revealed is that Champa wants to get some Saiyans for the Universe 6 tournament competitors of his team and whatnot to go up against Universe 7. And in particular, I'll read the line so you know exactly what I'm referring to. The Nameless Planet, which is where the tournament's going to be held, the 6 wish orbs float in the sky. They really are planet-sized. Champa says, need some bathrooms, and I want there to be shop stands too, alright? I guess this'll do for a stadium. Vado says, by the way, have you already decided on your 5 contestants? Champa says, those 2 over at Beerus' place were probably Saiyans. We better get some Saiyans too. Now this opens up the doors for huge possibilities as to what these Saiyans could be. These could be brand new Saiyans that they come up with, you know, completely irrelevant to what ultimately our Saiyans are, or it could be the Universe 6 versions of our Saiyans. It could be a female Vegeta. It could be Vegeta if he never left Planet Vegeta and ultimately became king. And with the whole Goku thing, it could be, you know, a female Goku, which would be insane. That would be amazing. It could end up being Goku if he never ultimately conked his head and he was just straight evil. Or again, it could be some completely different ones. To be honest with you, I'm leaning more towards that it's going to be counter people from, you know, the Universe 6, like the basically twins, so to speak, of our Saiyans. Maybe we'll have, like, again, a different type of Goku. Maybe it'll be somebody that is just completely, like, unmotivated but ultimately kicks ass. Or maybe Vegeta will be unmotivated but he'll be really strong. Maybe in their universe, the Vegeta will ultimately be stronger than actually Goku. Like, because, you know, in this universe, Vegeta for some reason is always a couple steps behind. But maybe in this one it might be different. Who knows? Maybe it could be that we'll finally get Raditz back, because we don't necessarily know which Saiyans they could end up being if, let's just say, Planet Vegeta never was actually destroyed in this universe. You know, Goku completed his mission, or Kakarot completed his mission and went back. Vegeta and Goku might not be the strongest. Vegeta might be the strongest, but it could be a completely different Saiyan. It could be Nappa comes, and Nappa's super strong. Or it could be a big underestimation from Champa. Maybe in Universe 6 at this point, the Saiyans, since nothing ever really happened to make them, you know, push forward, they could be weak as shit, and Champa could get pretty much owned. That would be a bad outcome, to be honest with you, because if there's going to be some new Saiyans, especially if they're like counterparts to our favorite heroes, you know, Goku, Vegeta, etc., I want them to be fucking kick-ass and just as strong or almost as strong as our people. Now granted, I'm not necessarily saying that I want, you know, them to be able to defeat Goku and Vegeta, because let's be real here, I just don't see that happening, which would be crazy though. Imagine like round 1, Vegeta versus the counterpart Vegeta, or Vegeta versus whatever Saiyan, and Vegeta loses, or Goku loses. It would be insane to start off the tournament, but let's be real here, it's Dragon Ball, and we know how history repeats itself over and over in terms of the way things go. Goku's gonna most likely win this tournament, or at the very least he's gonna go to the final, something like that, because there had been a time where Goku didn't completely win when he fought against Tien. Tien ultimately defeated him, so it could be something like that as well. But there's just huge possibilities for this tournament. I mean, I know people hate it, a lot of people hate it. They could be Broly into the canon, they could bring Bardock, again, they could be horrible, it could be so many possibilities, but I think it's confirmation now that we're gonna see some Saiyans, and we're gonna get more exploration into the Universe 6, see what happened to Earth, and this is really fucking exciting. I can't wait to see some more Saiyans, because it's been very limited on Saiyans. We had Raditz, we had Vegeta, we had Nappa, then we had Goku, his kids, Vegeta's kids. You know, we've had Tarble, we had a couple different Saiyans we got to see in flashbacks, King Vegeta, Bardock, you know, the movies, Broly, stuff like that. So there's been a decent amount of Saiyans. I want to see some new ones. I want to see some kick-ass ones, and I want to see ones that really give our heroes a run for their money. Who knows, maybe these Saiyans could have a transformation further than what our people have. Maybe while we just have Super Saiyan Blue, they might have Super Saiyan 3 Blue. Maybe they'll be like Super Saiyan 3 hair with blue on it. There's so many possibilities. I'm just really hoping that these people aren't like crusty, and like, since they didn't develop necessarily because of, you know, Frieza continuing to conquer the universe in Universe 6, that they're weak, because then that would really suck. So we gotta wait and see. And I'm kind of curious, because the way Champa was talking, it's as if they're not necessarily this major thing, because in our universe, the Saiyans are pretty much, well, the 2 that remain, the full-blooded ones, are the strongest things in our universe for the most part, aside from like Beerus and stuff like that. But he would notably say something like, oh, you know, the Saiyans, or this particular Saiyan, so is it that they're not actually that popular or well known in Universe 6. A lot of different things to consider when going into this one. But again, I think we have some huge confirmation now based on what Champa wants. We're gonna have some Saiyans in this bitch, and I'm fucking hype. I can't wait. But let me know what you guys think. What do you want to see? Do you want to see some brand new Saiyans, which would be epic as hell as long as they're really cool? Do you want to see some counterparts to our heroes? What do you think is gonna actually happen? And how do you think this tournament is gonna shape out? Do you think that Goku's ultimately gonna win this one? Are the Saiyans gonna be defeated? Any one of them? Like, I think it would be at some given point cool, because like, yeah, at the end of the day, Goku, Vegeta, you know, playing a part in the tournament or whatnot, I want to see them at least get advancement into it. I mean, again, it could be crazy and Vegeta could lose first round, or Goku or something like that, but at the very least, one of them need to be defeated in order to show how credible of a threat these Saiyans are, these people in general, because we might have 2 Saiyans and 3 different people, maybe different species, maybe the Frieza race or something along the lines of that, but we gotta wait to see. Hey, overall thoughts, but that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm Finetworld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.